Yo, 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 yo. What is up, party people? This is Marshall Lee of DrJobProjects.com. I make comics. That's what I do. I make art and I make comics and I make sequentials and I make lyrics. I rap. Y'all don't know that. Not everybody knows that. I like to rap. I like to rap and I like to make rhymes and juicy beats. And I'm a person. And really, that's all you need to know, right? I mean, yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Republican, conservative. Who cares about that though? Like, well, I care about it, obviously. But I'm a person, I'm a human being. You're a human being. If you're watching this and you're not a human being, I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not really a fan of AI, because they're going to take over the world. You've seen Terminator 2, Terminator 1, 3, 12, whatever. Now my thing's out of focus. Oh, wait, did I do something? Did it work? Focus, focus, focus. I don't know how to make this camera focus. I don't know how to make computers work for me. Um, but they should, you know. Shouldn't computers work for us and not vice versa? What's up, Van Illustrations? How you doing, Clay? You rock. How you doing, man? How's your comic doing and hanging out with the family doing? You know, yeah, you don't have to say, but I'm still looking forward to your comic whenever it does come out, or whatever it is you make. What's up, Matthew? How you doing? I'm just kind of freestyling it right now. I wanted to do some artwork, and you know, I don't know. I just felt like throwing you guys on and seeing what's up. Acid Lace with a non uh you don't have your normal. This must be a different account. I like seeing your awesome art in there, for the avatar. The word of the day, avatar. Avatar is the word of the day. I didn't know that we did words of the day here on YouTube, but apparently that's a thing now. All of a sudden, 5 seconds ago. So yeah, so I am. This is so meta, man. Oh my gosh, this is so meta. I am making a YouTube video while making a YouTube video. Oh man, I just did the silly head shake that I've seen other people do that I'm like, meh. But anyways, let's see. So I'm gonna do. I just, like I said, I threw the video on, showing you guys a little bit of the process. I got my phone, I got my webcam, I got my iPad. I got let's see what else. I can pick this up and show you. I got a cool little lamp thingy that makes things look cool. I got this cool new mat. See this thing? This is pretty cool, right? Little cutting board, black cutting board. I guess on the back, these things they say they heal. I put one scratch in it. Don't I have a little bit of a messy room too. Um, I put one scratch in it the first day I got it, and it says it self heals. And I'm gonna, whoa, wait a minute, dude, that scratch is not there anymore. That is some disgusting magic. Like I feel like, yo, I feel like that was like magic, cause I put that scratch there, and it's not there anymore. But I put that scratch there, and I was like, it's not gonna work. And I looked at it for like an hour. Well, not I didn't look at it for an hour, but I looked at it for a couple minutes, and like, is it gonna be there? Is it gonna? It was still there. It's still there. I looked at it later, like an hour or two after. It was still there, and now it's gone. Like that is freaking me out a little bit. Like I think the Illuminati just came to my house and did something. I don't know. That's like that scratch is seriously not even there anymore. I mean, you guys probably know like the science of like self-healing mats and stuff. I don't know freaking science. I'm not a scientist. I like science, but I don't know it. Apparently I'm trying to open a new document in my Clip Studio and didn't realize it. Um, so anyways, yeah, I don't know. That worked. So I can apparently just cut the crap out of this thing and it's just gonna be like new. I'm still afraid to do it. I did that one time. This is a stupid story and a funny story. I don't know if it's probably dumb. I think it's funny, but you guys will be like, yeah, thanks for telling me. That's TMI. But when when I was like, let's see, I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. I know that. You know what? I was probably maybe eight, because I think my brother was born by then, or was about to be born. Yeah, I have a brother, long lost brother. But you know, so I'm 7 years older than him, so that's how I know. That's the calculation. See, I know science. I can do math. Um, so I went to my stepfather's house or his mother's house. I think his mother moved out, but they still own the house. I don't know. We ended up living in the house for like 2 minutes. But I remember my stepfather was like, "Oh, this floor is dirty and nasty. It doesn't matter. It'll be okay if you happen to like, drip your popsicle on it by accident or something." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "I'll be right back." And he went downstairs or upstairs or some stairs to do something. And I'm like, "Huh, it's okay if I drip popsicles. Interesting." Um, well, since I'm 6 to 8 years old, I am going to intentionally drip popsicles all over the whole floor. Oh, goodness gracious. There was, yeah, I coded that floor. I made it my mission to like drip popsicles on that floor. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you get fixated on something and you're just like, your lizard brain just pops in and you're just like, zoom, zoom, zoom. I'm going to like wash the floor with popsicle stick. By the time I was done, I was like, I still wanted popsicle, but no. But actually, I don't remember whatever happened to the pop. I probably dropped it in disappointment when I found out that that was not the intention of my stepfather for me to drip popsicle juice all over the floor. I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad thing. I was just like, oh, he just gave me a creative project to do. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I think I remember. I feel like I remember that he was not happy about that, but it was early in the relationship with him and my mother, and he probably didn't want to disappoint. He probably didn't want to like, you know, cause a kerfuffle. I don't know. Who the heck knows? Anyways, so and that's not the only time I've ever done something like that. Why am I telling you guys this? This is like the most weirdest, embarrassing moments of my life. Not really, but still weird and embarrassing. Let's see, what did I do? So let's fast forward like 10 years later. And I'm much more mature. I have, 16, 15, maybe I'm less than 10 years, maybe I'm like 15 years old or something. I don't know what's high school age. I was in high school. I was either a freshman or a junior or sophomore. What's after freshman? I don't even know. I know there's senior and freshman, but the junior and sophomore part, I'm like, which one is which? I guess sophomoric. That means yeah. So I think sophomores after freshman. Yeah, I'm not smart. So, anyways, um, let's see. So yeah, at that time, like I said, I had matured so much more. I'm a full 15 years of age, or 16, or whatever, 14, who knows. And so, we get a new apartment, new parent situation. I don't want to get deep. And it wasn't bad. It was a good thing. But you know, we're in a new apartment, new place. I don't know how new. Like, I don't know how long I've been here. Probably at least 6 or so months. I feel like it was it was either spring or fall. It was sometime, like, I just got home from school, but it was warm out, so it was one of the two. And I think my mom got like a new knife or something. It was really sharp. I didn't realize it was new. I don't pay attention to kitchen cutlery. Um, at least at that age, I didn't. And I'm like, huh, this is really sharp. And accidentally, I don't know how this happened, but accidentally, somehow, I cut into something. Maybe I cut into the counter by accident or something and didn't realize it. And I was like, dang, this thing's sharp. That's kind of cool how easily that went into, the counter or whatever it was. And so I'm like, huh, I wonder what else it can cut into. And then I'm like, I did it again, like, on another piece of something, and I did it again and again. And before I knew it, like, like, I mean, I put cuts in like every cupboard. Like, anything that was like soft wood, I was just amazed at how like deep it would go, like, just by doing this. And I had no concept of, we're renting an apartment, they have to get their lease money back. Like, I had no concept of property. To me, I was just like, this is cool how this knife works. I'm gonna keep making this knife do things. Thank God I stopped before I got to like cats or people. But anyways, yeah, I got in big trouble for that one, because at that point I should have known, and I totally lied my face off. I lied. Yeah, that was an interesting moment. My mom was like, "Did you do this?" And I'm like, "No, that's silly. Why would somebody do that?" Like, and I'm just like, she's like, "Are you lying to me?" I'm like, "No. Why would you accuse me?" And she got mad. She got really mad. I'm not gonna go into the rest, but there was, just put it this way, there was spaghetti sauce involved. Not hot spaghetti. It wasn't like but there was spaghetti sauce involved. And so yeah, I got in trouble for that one. I mean, what happened? I don't know if I probably got grounded, but like, you should have known better. I didn't know better, apparently. I don't know what the heck, like, what is wrong with children? Like, children are the worst. I don't know. I was, when I look back at, I was a pretty good kid. Like, I always wanted to try to be a good kid and stuff like that. But I did some stupid things. I guess we all do, right? We all do dumb things, especially when we're kids. There's a scripture in the Bible. The folly, what is it? Folly is pent up in the heart of a child, something like that. I might be misquoting it, but I think it's Proverbs. And no other truer words could have been said. That's what I love about the Bible. Like, it'll tell you, like, the deepest stuff, like in the end there will be a 7-horned beast with 5 eyes and 12 nostrils, and like and it'll be like an analogy to something, and you're not supposed to even know what, like there'll be some deep stuff in the Bible, and then there will be like, it's better to chop a tree with a sharp axe than a dull one. Like there'd be like some practical stuff. So yeah, the Bible's pretty rad. It's got a lot of wisdom. So yeah, let's see what the chat's doing. We got Clay talking about his comic, but he's been doing the Fog Breaker Open. Y'all gotta check out that. Check out I think 2 videos back I talked to Jason, aka Fog Breaker Studios, and he's doing an awesome challenge right now, the Fog Breaker Open, and it's all about writing. You get like a prompt and you just write. Write whatever you want. Write some kind of story or synopsis. Sorry about that. A little burp action. Like a synopsis situation or whatever, and I don't know. I think that's really cool. What a cool way to like practice writing and get the juices flowing. And I mean, I guarantee there will be some comics that are made out of this thing. I mean, if I did it, there would be comics made out of it eventually. Maybe sometime when that 7-horned beast with 12 nostrils comes, but at some point there would be a comic because I like doing ideas and I like expanding upon them. So we got Acid Lace. Oh, the avatar is on your Discord, not on YouTube. I could have sworn I've seen your avatar on YouTube, but hey, maybe I'm just a delusional YouTube guy. So yeah, I don't know, but hey, cool. I like that avatar, by the way, though. But I like a lot of your art. But you have a YouTube channel too, and I know that little orange icon is not your YouTube channel art. It can't be. You got cool videos too, by the way. Like I watched a couple of them. I gotta watch more because I really dig what you're doing. Acid Lace. Ralph Contreras. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Fart Bucket Adventures. How you doing, man? It's been a while, I feel like, since I've seen you hanging out. Are you still doing those crazy videos of the past with the aliens and all that stuff? That was fun going on that and watching Gaz do it and other people do it. It was really cool. Hope you're doing well, man. Making comics and kicking butt, I like this title. Get Off My Lawn Films. Hey, Marsh, just wanted to say love your channel. Hey, thanks, man. That's really nice. I appreciate that. Stupid Newfie says some meta fourth wall breaking Inception type stuff going on. Yeah. Well, if I ever get to it, I got distracted by like talking about stupid like stories from my youth. By the way, this is like I said, this is just like such a random video. I just like put the video on. I'm like, I feel like YouTubing. So just so you know, like I'm gonna have a real video tomorrow. I'm gonna have Ryan Wynn on with from Alterna Comics / Gods of Gears. Is that how you say it? Gears of Gods, Gods of Gears, Gods and Gears. Well, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart now, but you get what I'm talking about. And he has an Indiegogo right now going on for Hammerella, which is part of Gods and Gears. Gods and Gears, that's what it is. And you got to check it out. I can't wait to get Hammerella. Hammerella. He's got like a theme song. Hammerella. I think that's like all it does, but it's a fun theme song. Like it gets in your head, even though it's all it does. It's like wait, what is it? Caramello. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Ralph says, "Nice workspace." Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's too cluttered, even though it is kind of nice. But I got this mat this week, and I'm pretty happy about it, especially since I've seen the magic of self-healing mats. Like somebody's got to tell me the science, because like I looked at, there was like little paperwork that came with the thing. You can see there's like a box, like right there. It's huge. It's a huge box. Like I'm not showing the whole thing because there's probably a shipping label on there, and I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know my personal stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, yeah, you gotta keep something close to the chest, right? So yeah, I got a box. Yeah, it's really big. I mean, this cutting mat fits almost the full size of my desk. It was like $30. Like, can't beat that. And the thing is I was using these like card what do you call them? Like poster board, black poster board pieces. I've been doing this for years actually, using the poster board pieces. But the problem is I have a bad habit of eating at my desk as well, and it kind of ruins the paper pretty quickly. Drinking, whatever, eating, and it just gets nasty and you can't clean it. You have to get a whole new poster board, and maybe I should buy a few of them, but I feel like I'd be going through them like toilet paper. So, I was like, you know what? What it is I saw on somebody else's YouTube video, I saw them with the black cutting mat. I'm like, oh, I've never seen I mean, I've seen these cutting mats in a lot of people's videos, but I've never seen a black one, and that thing looks sick. Like that looks like the Matrix or something. Like, yeah, I want the Matrix on my freaking table. That's cool. And what's even cooler is apparently you can actually use the other side. The other side is just as good, and the other side is just flat black, you know. And I'm tempted to use that, but I'm like, dude, there's like freaking inches here, like, and measurements. Like, I could totally use this, and it looks cool because it looks like the Matrix or something. Like, yeah, I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling the self healing, because I'm doing a lot of self healing these days. I really am. I went to therapy today, and it was a good session. It was a really good session. There are always good sessions. Like my therapist is like the freaking bomb, seriously. But that being said, don't shy away from therapy. That's my PSA or what PSA? That's not a word. That's not a thing. Wait, it's the something service announcement, right? I don't know. You guys will tell me. Yeah, it is PSA, public service announcement. So that's my PSA for today is, even if you're just feeling a little down in the dumps or whatever, like, I mean, to me, like, people go to the doctor, right? They go up for a checkup every year. Usually I've gone once every 7 to 15 years. Not a good idea. I don't recommend it, but I'm going to start going every year. I went last year, didn't do any of the things they suggested because, well, I did try to work on my fitness and my diet, which doctors don't even talk about diet. That's a whole other subject. But anyways, sometimes they do. They're like, eat better. Thanks for the advice. What does that mean? You could look on Google eat better and see how many things come up. But that being said, like, other than that, I was supposed to take some tests and do some things, and then COVID. That's the excuse for everything. I mean, you can get out of anything right now. Like, you can get out of being, going to a presidential debate. All right, let's not get political. But you could get out of anything right now, and just, you could be like at school and be like, it's like the new, my dog ate my homework. It's like, did you do your homework? COVID. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, you passed. You get an Um, like you could use that for anything right now. So, did you make your comic this year? COVID. Oh, that's deep, yo. COVID. Um, so I don't know, like, what was I even talking about? Oh, I went to the doctors and I didn't do all the tests, and part of it was because of COVID. Part of it was because my world got turned upside down this year. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about it. Not yet. Eventually, I will. I'll let you guys in on it. Anybody who's been watching for a long time, you probably can already guess just by everything you see in here. But that being said, like, I will talk about it. It's not like I'm trying to evade the topic. Not that anybody has ever asked, which is really nice. Like, I have a really awesome uh, audience who respects boundaries and is friendly. And, once in a while I get a weird comment, but that's usually like a random person who first just found my channel or something. And they're like, oh, your hair looks funny or something. But it's usually stupid and silly. So that being said, yeah, I didn't do the test for that I was supposed to do. I was supposed to get like, why am I going to sit here and tell you the test I was supposed to get? But it wasn't anything serious. It was just like, oh, you might as well check this out. Might as well check that out. You're basically healthy, basic type of stuff. But I do want to take those tests. But the problem is I don't want to go to the doctor's office I've been going to. They suck. I've been going to them for stupid amount of years. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like I go to the doctors very often. Like I said, I've done like a checkup every like 7 to 15 years. Um, and you can say that when you're getting in your 40s. Maybe 7. 15 is a bit of a stretch, um, but I just, this doctor sucks, and I have a lot of experience with it, anyways. Even though I haven't gone, other people have gone in my family. They suck. So I need to find a new doctor, and I want to get like, I don't want to get tests with a doctor that I don't want to be with, because they're not even doctors. Half the time they just stick you with a nurse, which is fine. I actually like the nurse better than the doctor, but like, I need a stable place that gives a crap, and like every time I go, I don't have a different doctor, assigned to me. So I don't know. Is that the common experience? Do you guys go to the doctor, or do you just pretend that health doesn't matter? Like, I don't know, like me. um, I care about health. To me, diet and exercise, I'm just going to try to do that and, hope that I'm healthy. Maybe I'll have cancer and not even know it. That'll be cool. Who knows? I don't know. I need to obviously do better, but it is what it is. So let's see. Galileo Blanche. I'm trying to make a comic book myself. Well, that's awesome. Do it. Like, make it happen. Good luck. It's hard, right? It's hard to make a comic, but it's worth it. I think personally. Matthew says, "What a waste of a popsicle." I know, right? Right. I'll be honest. That was probably the most enjoyment I've ever gotten out of a popsicle, and I didn't even have to eat it to get that enjoyment. If anybody's watching on the replay, just rewind a bit. You'll hear the popsicle story. Catbug. I'm just reading these comments without looking. Catbug 20. I digress, or I correct myself. Let me get a sip of water. Sometimes you just need a little refreshment. Catbug 20 says, "Hey Marsh, I'm currently working on a comic book adaptation of a D&D campaign that me and my friends played. How can I find the inspiration and time to get it done?" That's like what my whole channel is about. Um, let's see. Well, first of all, I want to say, um, excuse me, burps availing once again. Um, adapting a D&D campaign, pretty cool. I've never really played D&D. I tried to multiple times and it just never happened. It never got off the ground. My friends didn't keep me updated. I wanted to play. It was for some reason I've never been able to make it happen with D&D. But I do. I love the idea. I love the concept. Sounds like a lot of fun. But it's not like you can't just like say, okay, we're gonna play Monopoly or we're gonna play D&D, and it's like Monopoly, and we play it, and it might take a couple hours, but we get it done, and it's fun. D&D is like you got to get involved in a culture, and I guess I wasn't involved enough in the culture to do it. But anyways, that being said, I've heard so many people say that they've created their character from a D&D character they created that they used to play all the time, or I think you get like invested when you play this character all the time. You get invested; it becomes like part of you, and you're like, I want to make a comic out of this, and that's just like really cool. Like I think that's so fun and interesting. So, anyways, I'm a big fan of people making comics out of D&D characters, even though I have little to no experience with the actual D of the D. That being said, how can I find the inspiration and time to get it done? I mean, I'm sitting here blabbing at you guys, and I'm supposed to be getting comics done, you know. So maybe I'm not the best person, but inspiration comes and goes. Inspiration comes and goes, but I like to look at Instagram or some of these websites, but I get stuck on these websites and don't do my thing that I'm supposed to do sometimes. I can't look at Instagram anymore. Maybe that's why I'm making more progress on my comic because they kicked me out. But um, you know, uh, the time to get it done. I mean, it depends on your life. This is the thing. I mean, I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. I don't mind because it's a game changer. Clay, also known as Van Illustrations. He knows what I'm talking about. Let's see who else in here knows what I'm talking about. You know what? Surprisingly, all the people before you don't necessarily that I know what I'm talking about. But I see Forward in the comics. Fogbreaker Studios knows what I'm talking about, and some other people will know what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is 100 Days Making Comics, baby. That changed my life, man. And you don't have to do 100 Days Making Comics. You can, you don't have to, whatever you want to do. But working on your comic for at least a half an hour every single day for a period of time, I think 100 days is a great period of time. It's enough to be super challenging, but also super doable. And you'll find out that only a half an hour a day for 100 days a week, if you only do a half an hour, you get super not much stuff done because comics take a long time. But it's worth it because the thing is it's about the ritual. It's about the habit. It's about you know, the routine. Routine. I like that word, routine. Um, and if you can get yourself into that routine to make comics for at least a half an hour a day and not cheat yourself. I hear a lot of people kind of do these challenge. Not a lot of people, but sometimes I see people do this challenge, and I was tempted myself when I did the 100 Days Making Comics challenge, where you work on your comic for at least a half an hour a day for 100 days in a row, and yeah, consecutively. But that challenge, sometimes people will be like, "Well, I did some research today. I did that. I did that on my first run or two." And research could take you from here to the rest of your life if you let it. So whatever. But I worked on world building. World building could take forever. Did you write your script yet? Because honestly, I feel like you're kind of wasting your time if you haven't written at least a bullet point list, aka your script, or a full script that's closer to like the first chapter in a novel or something. Um, so work on your comic if you can't find a half an hour in a day, then you're too busy. If you can't find a half an hour in a day to do something that you're passionate about, you're really interested in about, I mean, maybe you shouldn't be doing comics, because you have to be passionate about this thing. Like, I was talking to Peter Smeddy a couple days ago, on this channel about it, and it's like, if you're not so much into making comics that you can do the 100 days of making comics for half an hour a day each, consecutively, and you're like doing every excuse in the book. I mean, I get it. Even somebody who's passionate about it did a lot of excuses. But like, I don't know, there's some motives for making comics that are like, well, I want to make a comic. It's not because you love comics, it's because you want to make a movie, and the comic is your best way to make a storyboard for the movie or something, and start, shopping it around. I mean, I have no problem with movies coming out of comics. I would love for a movie to come out of one of my comics. But I make comics because I love comics. So if you're there, if that's who you are, which you probably are, I mean, you got a Spider-Man avatar, even just doing, if you made that piece, I don't know if you made that or if that's like from another artist or something, but if you made that piece, like, that takes some skill. Like, you obviously have some skill, at least to draw figures. And you like Spider-Man enough, a comic property enough, to make something that cool. So you probably are pretty passionate about comics, but not everybody is, and whatever. I guess I shouldn't talk to people who aren't passionate, because my people I want to talk to are the people who are passionate about it. And so, you got to take the time. You just take your half an hour every day at least. And there's a lot of days that I only do a half an hour, but there's a lot of days that I do way more than half an hour. I'd love to get to the point where I can consistently do 4 to 8 hours a day. I mean, as long as the day job exists, it'll be probably very rare to possibly never that I do 8 hours a day. But if I got to 4 hours, that'd be pretty rad. Like, what if I just got home, started working on my comic, and kept going until it was time to go to bed? After I obviously got to eat and take a shower or whatever. But I could find 4 hours in a day to consistently work on my comic if I was really passionate enough. In fact, me even saying that right now makes me feel like a jerk, because I don't do that. But I think part of it is because I have aspirations for YouTube as well, and music and things like that. So what I do, it all circles around comics for me. My YouTube is about comics. My music is meant to be soundtracks for an eventual Indiegogo campaign or something, where I put out a comic, and that's a stretch goal. So everything's centered around comics, and I also write comics, and I'm interested in having other artists do the art. So it's not just me being a full-time artist and that's all I do. If that was the case, that's fine. I'd probably be a much better artist. But I have a lot more going on that kind of is still comics. I mean, I don't count like a YouTube video as my time working on comics today. I don't count, some of these other things as my comic work for the day. Like, I have to actually be like drawing or writing, like writing a comic script or drawing a comic book. or even sometimes I do include character design but that's usually after I've written my script. Because to me, if you're doing character design before you've created your script, I feel like that is a waste of time. Well, all right, I shouldn't say that because for some people, the process to getting to a finished script has to do also with art and drawing. Like if you're an artist first and that's kind of how you work your way to a script, I can kind of see that, but be very careful because you can go in that world, you can go in that cycle for the rest of your life and never produce a comic. Like you just gotta be really careful. Like world building is like, especially being somebody who is into D&D, like especially if you were like one of the people who like ran D&D campaigns and stuff, like world building is like, or maybe that's even better. Maybe you know when to stop when it comes to world building. Maybe that, I don't know. Like that'd be interesting to hear somebody who does D&D a lot. Like, but but if you're just doing world building, like you can never stop. You can keep creating the world forever. Like even C.S. Lewis, all he really did was a lot of world building, and I mean not C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien. All he ever did was a lot of world building at first, and I mean he was writing some little stories for kids and doing some different things. But eventually, like you know, C.S. Lewis looked at him. He's like, dude, like this Hobbit thing you wrote, it's pretty rad. Why don't you like, you gotta publish it? Like this isn't. I don't know how the conversation went. They probably talked in like British and like, oh, you should do your. I'm not gonna try to do an accent. I'm not good, but but you know, C.S. Lewis encouraged him to publish The Hobbit, and you know, he finally did, and it was a pretty big hit. You know, I don't know how far hits. I don't even know what it was called back then for some little fiction book to become a hit, but you know, it probably didn't even say like best-selling author or anything like that. But it was a hit, and that encouraged him to expand, and he made Lord of the Rings. But he probably would have lived in this world-building life for the rest of his life and never published anything if it wasn't for the help from an outside friend, you know, who had experience publishing things, you know. So I don't know. That's what that is. So take a half an hour a day, every day, at least a half an hour a day. It can expand to 4 hours. It can expand to an hour. It can expand to 35 minutes, or it could just be 30 minutes. Dedicate yourself to do that for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or hey, 100 days of making comics as the challenge that Kevin Cross started. That a lot of people have participated in and still do, I think. I've done it like 3 times, and now I just do it every day. I had a good like 4 month problem where I was dealing with life stuff. I'm still dealing with life stuff, but I'm finally back on the horse with it. But I was doing it for like 3 years straight, and now I'm kind of going on to a fourth year, I guess. So half an hour a day at least. And I mean, I've made comics, I've made anthology comics, I've made pretty much anthology comics, some mini comics, and it's time for me to make like a real deal, full-fledged, either 20-page comic or graphic novel that's like 48 to 100 something pages. It's time to get there. So that's what I'm working on. Well, that's not what I'm working on at the moment. Right now, I'm working on a one-page comic, but this one-page comic is a doozy, and it's for YouTube. And I think you guys are going to dig it when I finally put the video out, if I ever do, because it's taking forever. Let's see the next. I spent a lot of time on your comment. I hope it's helpful to or do that. Ariana Howard, how you doing? I finished the third character of my graphic novel. It's about animal alien cyber heroes coming together from different worlds to stop evil controlling maniacs. Evil controlling maniacs. That's like the definition of pretty cool. From destroying their homes. That's pretty neat. I don't know. Like, that sounds awesome. Do it. Make it happen. I'd love to read it when you're done. Matthew says, I got a jet catch later. Thanks for jumping in for a sec, man, or a minute or 12 minutes or however long it was. Wow, I'm going on 45 minutes. I haven't even started making comics. I'll probably have to turn this off, make comics, and I'm too distracted, right? For Adventures, once again, tomorrow, Ryan Wynn of Gods and Gears is going to be on. You guys got to check that out. Also, check out his Hammerella. He's another character from his Gods and Gears world, Hammerella, on Indiegogo. He's doing it. He's making it happen. And that being said, Russell Leach, comic book black belt. You got to check it out. Indiegogo.com. Only Death Can Save Us. Like, he is just the bomb.com, you gotta check it out. The Bronze Age comic style stuff, I don't know. Like I said, you gotta check it out already like 3 times. So, For Bucket Adventures, looking to start doing it again, have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Should I be reading this out loud? So that has taken a lot of time, but I have friends that are going to help make some of those alien and other videos. Well, man, I'm glad you got some help. I'm sad to hear about, what you're dealing with, and I don't know anything about that disease, even though it's very well-known disease. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But I'm sorry you're going through that, man, and I hope that you're able to have a good quality of life, and that whatever treatment is helping you, and I don't know if it's a curable disease or not, but I hope everything's going well with you, man. Guys, check out Front Bucket Adventures. He's got some really cool videos. It's just like really goofy, like homemade videos with some skits and stuff of YouTubers who came in and kind of helped host them. And he's got some cool art. He did the challenge that Scott Circlin and I created called Take Me to Your Leader Tuesday. He did that a bunch of times. Cool dude, fun videos and stuff. Check his stuff out and subscribe. So because he's going to be making some new stuff. Fabrizio, I've definitely seen your icon, and I do not know how to say your name, but dude, I like the icon, and yo, back at ya. Farbaker Studios, Marshall Lee, that's me. How you doing, buddy? Sideburns, aka Dan, public service announcement. Thank you. I did figure it out, but thank you, because I have problems, and Fogbreaker knows what's up too. The guy with the awesome icon, if there isn't a pill for it, they don't have lots of other ideas. I think you're talking about like inspiration, maybe. Well, I will tell you that people would love to have a pill. Like, it's like, yeah, hey, you wanna lose 20 pounds, and eat better. Here's this pill; it'll help you do that. It's so much easier to take a pill than actually do the work. And the funny thing is, the work is the only thing that actually will help. And same thing with comics. It's like, oh, you want to make a graphic novel and sell $1 million for it on Indiegogo? Just take this pill; it'll work. Trust me, it'll work. It worked for me. Don't take the pill. Doctors don't get much nutrition training. Yeah, no doubt, because they're shilling drugs. Sorry, there's my politics coming out. Let's see. Yeah, so you probably were actually talking, Fabrizio was probably talking about the doctor thing, but hey, I took it another angle too. I hope you like my analogy, metaphor, whatever it is. um, Clay says, "Dang, dude, that's strong advice. I've been on the fence about therapy for a while. You know, it's tricky, I guess. I mean, I've had a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people who have been like, it's not working, but usually if it's not working, it's because you're not working it, like you're not doing the things they're telling you to do. Um, it's good to just talk to somebody. I mean, to me, I feel like it's like, we take checkups, and that was where I was going with that whole thing. We have checkups, physical checkups, and I feel like I don't care. You don't have to be I'm not going to say bad words. Um, you don't have to have a mental condition to be benefited by therapy. I don't think I have like a big medical condition or a mental condition. I mean, I've been, I guess, diagnosed with codependency, but I don't know if that's like, I shouldn't tell you guys stuff. I don't know why I tell you guys all this stuff, but that's been a thing for me, and it's honestly, there's like a spectrum of codependency, and like everybody's somewhere. You might be super mild on that spectrum, or maybe it looks better if you do it over here. You might be super mild on that spectrum, like you're pretty much not codependent, but there might be like you might have some weird codependent relationship with your grocery store clerk, but otherwise you're pretty good. I'm probably more closer to here, I guess, with the codependency. But I shouldn't say everybody, but most people have like some codependency situations, Um, but for me, it's been I guess I'm realizing it's become a big thing. So, anyways, but I think you guys can tell I'm pretty much like okay, I'm not like I don't have a serious, mental issue, thank God. I mean, that's serious. Codependency is very serious. Um, I think you guys know what I mean, though. And I'm working through it, and I got like some really good a really good counselor who's worked people through these things before. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's worth it to have somebody to talk to where it's like a safe place, and you can air whatever you need to air, and you might find out within a few sessions that it was good to get that stuff off my chest. And I know somebody right now who's done that recently, and it's like it was good to get some things off my chest. They kind of helped confirm a few things that I kind of knew already, and you know what? I think that's good enough for me. At least I gave it a shot, and now I know where to go if I do get into some real deep stuff, But or I can come in and do a checkup every year or two or something, and be like, hey, I've been a little anxious lately. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. Can you talk it through with me? And I think it's worth it, And maybe you have some crazy deep stuff and you need to go every week or whatever. I'm doing every week right now, and I'm like, I'm look forward to every week because I'm working through some stuff. You know, but I recommend, especially after all this COVID stuff and freaking everything that's going on. I'm not going to get into the rest and say my thoughts and opinions. But like, the world's gone crazy. 2020 has easily, I mean, I thought 9/11 was a big deal, and it was, and it is. It still should be something we should always remember and not forget. And I mean, big deal, seriously. I mean, I remember, some people remember when Kennedy got shot. I wasn't alive, but for me, I remember when 9/11 happened. I remember exactly what happened that whole day. Maybe not the whole day, but I remember it. And COVID's gonna be another thing like that, except for it's weird because it's happening for so long. Um, and everything else that happened this year. I mean, it has been a bombshell of a year, and I feel like all of us need therapy after this. I mean, this is a global traumatic experience. You know what I mean? Like, it's not normal for people to be walking around with masks all the time and worrying about a pandemic. That's not normal. And it's okay to feel freaked out about it. And then add on top of that all the political distress. Like, I think anybody and everybody who has any anxiety right now, I mean, if you can afford it, if you even if you can't afford it, I think it might be worth it. You know, go get some help, talk to somebody. Worst case scenario, I don't know if it's in every area. I know in Connecticut, you can call 211. It's like 911, but it's like it's not emergency as much as you can just talk to somebody. You know, there's other helplines as well. You know, so just Google it, you know, helpline, you know, and just find somebody to talk to. And maybe they can route you to, like, you know, maybe it's not a therapist, maybe it's like somebody who, you know, maybe it's like a group, like a that just talks together about specific things, or, you know, there's all kinds of groups where you can kind of get support, you know, and like I said, it's literally global trauma. Like, has there ever been a time, I don't know, maybe like there's probably some countries where it's like our life is hell as it is, you know. I mean, this COVID thing is just nothing compared to that. Like, I don't know, like, because there are these like countries that are, you know, we have it pretty well off in America and Europe and, you know, places like that, you know, Australia, wherever. There's a lot of places that COVID is like the least thing they're worried about. They're already at death's door every day, anyways. So that being said, you know, it's, to me, like, you know, get the help you need. You know, even if it's just a checkup. You know, it's okay if it's just a checkup. Lee Pangolin, elbow cough. Yeah, that's what we do nowadays, right? Should always have done that, I guess, though, right? D&D sounds like a video game mixed with writing. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a game. I mean, you know, it doesn't involve video, but well, I mean, there are RPGs and stuff, you know. So, um, which are similar to DVD. I keep saying DVD, D&D. Snitch says, "Sup, peeps? What's up, dude? Why are you banned on Instagram?" Anthony asks. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe you can, if you have any Instagram/Facebook connections, please talk to them. Let me know. Apparently, I violated their terms of service on Facebook and or Instagram. They banned me from both services because Facebook owns Instagram, and I kind of think that my account was hacked into, because I don't know what I could have done. Like, maybe it's just being a Christian. Maybe you can't be a Christian anymore on social media. I don't know, but I don't even post a lot of things like that are, well, that's not true. I was posting a scripture most days, but I posted so many scriptures and none of them got any problems. So I don't know. I was reposting a few conservative things, but they weren't any big deal. So I don't know. I don't know. I got banned somehow. It's frustrating because I spent a lot of time, a lot of years, many years, building up my Instagram and Facebook, pretty much since both of them began. So it's pretty frustrating because now it's all gone. Man, illustrations. Just gotta agree with Marshall about the 100 days challenge. I'm not really a challenge artist, but it's crazy valuable to try a challenge that sounds difficult to you. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know you got something from it. I watched most of your videos, and I mean, there's so many benefits. It's ridiculous. Even if it sounds impossible, jumping in head first and trying to swim will teach you a lot about yourself. Yeah, yeah. Sink or swim, you know. Acid Lace, it's insane how much a character changes when you put them in a story. I mean, that's why I don't do character creation or world building until after I've written a script, you know, because it's you just waste a lot of time. I feel like personally, and maybe everybody's different. I'm not judging you if you do it differently, but for me, in my opinion, I don't. I'm interested in giving you the best story in the most efficient way possible, and I focus a lot on efficiency because it takes so much time to make a comic. No matter what path you choose, it takes a ton of time to get a comic from point A to point Z. You know, so I focus on efficiency because I only have maybe 20 good years left. I don't know, maybe more. I hope. Of making comics. So I want to make as many as I can, and I want to make good ones. So I'm focused on making the best comic I can make in the most efficient manner. And I don't know. As much as I focus on that, I'm not very good at it. Um, but so the point is world building and character design before you've written the script to me is, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, it's not a good way to go. But if that is part of your process and you can hold yourself back from exploring character and world ad infinitum, if you can be like, okay, I did this, I did that, now let's create a script, fine. But I bet there's still stuff that you're gonna have to change. Like Astley says, like you can create a character. I mean, that's kind of why I can't get Glyph off the ground. I can't figure out how to write Glyph because I created the character first. And I did do 3 mini comics, but they're all over the place. There's no real common thread. Like it's not a real. It's barely a real story. I mean, again, those were just me trying to make a comic and finish it. So I wasn't like focused on crafting the best story. I didn't even know half of what I know now about story at that point, and I wasn't putting my all into the art, and I was not as good an artist back then. Still got a huge way to grow and all that stuff, but you know, I still struggle to create Glyph, and this is supposed to be like my Savage Dragon, my main character that I spend all my time on, and I find myself getting a lot further with other projects, because I'm not so married to a character that I created. I can just write a story and then create the character around the story. It goes a lot better for me that way. Gladman Comics. Hey everyone, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in. Stinch is waving. Ariana Howard, I met chapter. Oh, insane how much a chapter changes when you put them in a story. No, that's not what you meant. Let's see. D&D sounds like a video game mixed with writing. I'm not sure what you meant chapter about, but I'm sorry if I misunderstood you. It's bound to happen. Text, reading text and stuff, but sorry about that. Love you. Acid Lace, you rock, dude. Stinch, let's see. Why are you banned? Okay. Let's see. Ryan Wynn is or was in the house. How you doing, man? I've been pimping your comic a couple times already. Oh, so you heard. And Russ is the man. Let's see. It's a slow working process, but it's totally worth it. I totally agree. Deist, how you doing? Hello, 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 hello. Fitz Factor, how you doing? Hey man, just checking in for a minute before watching the VP debate. I know I was gonna watch the VP debate. I probably still will. It's only 13 minutes past 9, so I might watch it on the replay anyways. I think it'll be interesting actually. It'll be interesting. I have a feeling people will tune in because they got such a bad taste on the last debate. But I don't know. We'll see. But I'll come back if it's garbage. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna leave such a bad taste as whatever. But I mean, I don't know. If you're not decided by now, well, that's fine. But most people, I think, are. I think most people have been decided for a long time. But that being said, I still personally am still interested in watching it for some reason. I don't know. That's like my morbid curiosity is politics. I have other morbid curiosities sometimes, but I feel like politics is a morbid curiosity because half the time I pay attention and I'm like, I want to jump off a bridge right now. But I don't believe in suicide. So expect me to come back. I like that. Ryan Wynn, I did therapy for years, totally helped. Wow, that's really cool. I don't hear that very often, actually. I hear more people be like, I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's helping. I don't know if I found the right person. I don't know if I like my therapist. Some of them are like, I like my therapist. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere. Like, so, I don't know. I advocate for it, but I'm having a good experience with it. And it's not like a fun experience. Like every I'll be like feeling fine, perfectly put together. I get in that office and I'm like, no! And I'm like, I mean, I don't. It's just like I'm digging through things that stuff that people don't like digging through. If I want to get better, I have to dig through that stuff. So I'm doing it. It's not a fun process exactly, but I feel like it's a healthy process, and it's a process I need to go through right now. Thanks, Fish Factor. So we have some advocates for it. Fogbreaker, definitely worth it. Always better out than in. That's a good point. Let's see. Yes, 2020 has been hard. Yeah, I think we all feel that. 2020 has been the year of introversion. Yeah, well, I think I'm somewhere mixing between introvert and extrovert, but probably more introverted, probably a lot more introverted, but I don't like being by myself. I do feel lonely if I'm by myself, which is where I've been at a lot. So I need people. I definitely need people, but I also like huddling away in my cave too. So it is what it is. Ara's here. What's up, Ara? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in my stream. I always see in everybody's streams, and we always say, "Hey, how you doing?" It's always fun. CB, everybody needs to make comics and draw faster, much faster. I know, right? We all have to, for sure. Stitch agrees. Fogbreaker Studios, Van is killing the Fogbreaker Open. Oh, I should catch up. I have created an original main character in the graphic novel. He's a cool, powerful, brave-hearted alien cat hero named Alex Stormer. That's cool. I mean, you can't go wrong with an alien cat hero, I think. I don't know. That sounds great. I look forward to reading it. Send it to me whenever you're done. Or I will buy it. I'm happy to support anybody who's making comics. To me, I'm like a fan of anybody who makes comics because like I know how hard it is. Even if you do a stick figure comic, like I'm gonna be your first cheerleader. Like you rock. CB Smallwood. Anyone notice a lot of throttling going on with live streams using StreamYard? It's happened to me, and I've noticed it with other people too. I don't know what throttling is. Has throttling happened in this stream? I hope not. It sounds bad. It sounds horrible. Hopefully, it's not as horrible as the stories I told earlier when I was chopping up my parents' kitchen and I was throwing ice cream around the kitchen, and somehow it's like I have a vendetta against kitchens. Apparently, I'm pretty clumsy in a kitchen too, even though I do like to cook sometimes. Um, Van Illustrations. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. You guys rock. You guys are so supportive of each other. You're so supportive of me. You guys rock. I love you. Van, I don't know if you'll see this, March, but Marshall Lee account is on Instagram right now. Came across my recommend a couple days ago. There's nothing posted on it. Yeah, that's I created a second account. I was able to like trick Facebook and Instagram for like 3 hours one day. I got a VPN and I was like, okay, I got this VPN. They're not gonna know what computer I'm coming from. I'm gonna be able to do this and make it happen. And I did it, and it worked. And I started sending friend requests and saying, "Oh, I'm back! I did this! Yay!" And they shut me out again. So yeah, there is an account there, but it's got nothing on it. Nothing to see here, kids. Free Jazz Filmmakers. Hey everyone. Hey, how you doing? Acid Lace says 2020 makes me feel smug. I'm an extreme introvert all my life. People said get over it and be different because that's how the world is. Now the shoe's on the other foot, and outgoing people have to make do. I like that. A little bit of rebellion there. I like that. I like a little rebellion mixed in with truth. I don't know, mixed in with life. I mean, if you guys have watched me long enough, you know that I'm into like punk rock ethos. I don't know a ton about punk rock, but I've researched it enough to understand a lot about the ethos, and I've dug into a lot of early bands, and I like that rough, early, rugged punk rock stuff. Even though half the time I disagree with them, but I still love the spirit of it, you know. Anyways, yeah, I sense some subversion in here a little bit, or some, maybe not subversion, but like just that, yeah, that kind of rebellious. I get it. I feel the same way. Like I know what you mean, totally. Whoops, wrong one. We'll get to that in a sec. Gladman Comics. Marshall, how do you decide on the story you want to work on when you have more than one idea? I take a sip of beer. No. This is pretty cool. And anybody under 21, don't look at this. Unraveled IPA. It's Juicy India Pale Ale. Tastes really good. Let's see. How do you decide on a story? I mean, you've asked the right person. I mean, as far as experience, I don't know if I have the answer for you, but pick one. You know, get a pinwheel and like mark it with different names and spin it, and that one's the one you work on. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. There's a million awesome ideas out there. Probably most of your ideas are awesome. The one you execute on and finish is the one you should do. The one that helps, the one that you're most excited to do that on, and the one that you feel like you have the ability to finish, that's probably the one you should do. because ideas don't matter, inspiration doesn't matter. Only execution and actually finishing the comic matters. If you're looking to produce, if you're looking to make it a career, or if you're just looking to share your work, like if it's not finished, it's not published, it doesn't really exist, you know? I mean, you know, uh, that's why I feel like I still haven't even started, you know, because I do have stuff published. You know, I got anthologies up the wazoo here that I've been involved in. Like 4 of them. But you know, I need to make an actual book, you know, and then I need to make another actual book, and then I need to make another actual. I have to have a catalog of like, you know, 3 to 10 books, and maybe somebody will start paying attention to me then. You know, I mean, I got a cool following on YouTube. You guys rock. Like, you guys are freaking the bomb. But I haven't tested it. You know, I could put an Indiegogo out tomorrow. Will it get any traction? I don't know. It's not easy. I've seen a lot of people work the whole thing, and then they put out an Indiegogo, and it's just, you know, crickets. So I don't know. You know, but you know, you got to just pick one. I mean, pick the one you're most excited about. Pick the one that's probably the 2 biggest elements. The one you're most excited about, or the one that you're relatively really excited about enough to like see it through, and the one that seems doable enough. You know, like, don't pick the epic, like, you know, 6 series, you know, graphic novel trilogy, or 6 series trilogy. That makes no sense. 6 you know, issue 6 graphic novel. Don't pick a big one. I mean, you can pick a big one if that's what if that's all you want to do, and that's your thing. Fine, pick a big one. But if you're gonna pick a big one, make sure it's something you can publish in pieces, you know, and make sure it's something that you know you're gonna still be excited about for the next 3 to 10 years. 3 to 10 is numbers I'm working with today for some reason. Because it might take you 10 years. It takes a long time to make comics. if you know, I would say pick a small one. I mean, you got to get producing. You got to get to finishing things. That's the most important thing. You got to get to finishing things, in my opinion. There's other people who have other opinions. You're at my channel. This is my opinion. And you know, if you can finish something, I mean, start. You know, maybe you're not feeling quite confident. You haven't even made one comic yet. You know, take your big story, take one of the characters from your big story, and make a little mini comic from one of those characters, and just see how much fun you do or do not like playing in that world. And then maybe do another mini comic, an anthology. You know, warm up to it. Do 1 or 2, 3 things, whatever. Don't do like 10 things, like I've done little things like I've done, and not get to your big thing. But you know, do a few things, and once you've gotten to that place, I mean, it's a very personal decision, but something that you can finish, that you feel like you're excited enough to bring from beginning to end, and something that is relatively finishable. There's probably a better word for that, but like, you know, just don't be so ambitious that you burn yourself out and quit comics, you know. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. Hopefully that's helpful. CB Smallwood, throttling is your internet service provider limiting how much data you upload and download, which is contrary to what you are actually paying for. Makes live streams laggy with bad audio. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know. I did not know that. I really appreciate you letting me know. And please let me know if mine is throttling, because I don't know. it seems like it's fine to me. I mean, my camera keeps going in and out of focus, but I think that's more a problem with my setup, you know. I don't really get why it does that. All right, let's see. I'm starting to fade here, guys. I've been way longer, and I was supposed to work on comics, and I haven't, so I got to work on comics still. Haven't done my half an hour or more yet today. So I will be wrapping it up soon, but I'm going to try to get through the rest of these comments, and let me know if there's any other like things I can address, you know, somewhat quickly. I don't want to be here for too long, but I do really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and you know, you guys made the show. It was fun just hanging out for a little bit. I feel like I needed this. Like we talk about like therapy and stuff, and I had therapy today actually, but I feel like I just sometimes when you're a YouTube creator, and I wish this thing would focus. It's like this is when you need to focus. I'm going to say something smart. I don't know how smart it'll be, but when you're a YouTube creator and you do as many videos as I do, like multiple a week and whatnot, if you go for too long without doing one, I don't know. Like to me, I tend to be a community-based YouTube creator. So, you know, there's other YouTube creators who just kind of upload something and they're not very connected to their YouTube, but they happen to make the kind of content that really goes well. I'm the opposite. I'm a community-based YouTuber, and you know, when I'm not in touch with my community, I feel an emptiness. I feel like I want to connect back with you guys, and I miss you. You know, I do. You know, I miss seeing your icons. I miss seeing your comments. I pay attention to the comments. I read all the comments. I usually respond to most comments. Sometimes I miss one or two here or there, or I catch up later. But you know, and I love seeing you guys in the streams and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. You guys rock. You guys are what make this channel work. If it wasn't for you, I'd be like, it wouldn't be fun. So Free Jazz Filmmakers. Ooh, I have good news myself, actually. I hit 100 subscribers yesterday. That is awesome. It is so hard to get to subscribers, especially when you're first starting out, like, or when you're at a lower number. Like the first 1,000 are like the hardest. It took me, I mean, however long YouTube has been a website, it took me that long minus like 2 years to get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I happen to be a slow guy, you know, anyways, but it's not from lack of effort. I mean, that's after putting out over 800 videos, so whatever. Anyways, well, I'm in sober October, so don't tease me like that. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to tease anybody. I certainly don't mean to tempt anybody, but you know, that's what I was drinking. I'm going to bring this story of mine out, epidemic or not. I like that attitude. That's the type of attitude that the AAA Discord, the AAA creators are all about, and all my audience, you know, make it happen. That's I love hearing that. Like you, that warms the heart cockles of my heart. The cockles of my heart. Such a funny word. Congratulations, Free Jazz Filmmakers. Yeah, CB knows the struggle. It's hard, right? It's so hard. But it's worth it. I don't know. If you want to do YouTube, do it. Like, it's freaking awesome. I love YouTube, and I'm really focused on YouTube. Like, it's gonna get a lot bigger. I think. I mean, God willing. I mean, but according to my ambition and my everything that I want to put into YouTube, you guys haven't seen nothing yet. Like, like it's gonna happen, and I know how to do it too, because I've studied this thing for a long time. It's just like right now, this comic I'm working on, it's like kind of one of the first steps into my next evolution. of YouTubing. Once this video comes out, look for it. It's going to be something. It's going to be titled something like Doodle Comic or One Page Doodle Comic or something like that, because that's what this next video is going to be. And I don't know. I'm not saying this is going to be a hit and I'm going to be like 1 million subscribers in like 2 weeks, but I'm just saying like this is like the first step of something that I'm been wanting to do for years. And I have done a little bit, but for the last year or so, I haven't done these edited videos that are really much more polished, but kind of hit a different thing. Like, I'm not doing it because I'm trying to get noticed, even though that's in there. I do want to gain traction and stuff. But I'm doing it because I love videos like this. If you want to see some really cool videos that is somewhere in the realm of what I'm trying to do, look up TenHundred, TenHundred, like literally written out like that. Look up his videos, and I'm really digging what he's doing. He's probably my favorite YouTube artist right now. Kind of like a graffiti art type of vibe. And that, I've been wanting to do stuff like that for a long time, and he's like my YouTube hero these days. He's where I want to kind of move towards in my own way, So let's see. I finally got microns today, Joshua Fox. Cool beans. I mean, microns are great. I have a bunch. I haven't used them in a long time. But that's because I haven't been inking comics traditionally. I've been using my iPad a lot, but that doesn't mean I won't be. I do love microns. They're always there. I'm glad they're there. They're like a faithful friend. I actually use something different though, because I like a little bit of brush tip going on too. When I do ink these days, I tend to use these guys more often. The Pigma. These are brand. There's like Sakura. I know it's like upside down, but like and out of focus. I wish I could. I need to figure out how to make my camera focus. But that's the medium brush. Faber-Castell is good too. This is the fine tip one. But I like the Pigma Sakura. There's also a fine brush. That's what I like to use. I mean, the Micron brush is good too. It's not that different than the Micron brush. But I also like the Micron, the different, tips or whatever. This is the 0.05 or whatever. Yeah, I like that's all that stuff is great for inking. You have to keep buying them. The ink runs out eventually. But yeah, you're not off track with getting microns, that's for sure. They're a great tool and pretty cheap enough to kind of keep up with when you run out of ink and stuff. Cheap enough. Let's see, Free Jazz Filmmakers. I'm not sure. Oh wait, let me put it up there. I'm not sure if I've heard of Micron. Sounds cool though. Could you explain it? Well, I think I just did. Microns are pens people use to ink their artworks in comics. That's pretty good. I mean, they use it for all kinds of things, but any illustration type work. Keep rocking, March. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, totally. Anytime, man. I should have you on sometime if you ever want to be on. I know you got like a cool family life going on, and you're probably pretty busy. But if you ever want to come on, you're absolutely welcome to. So is CB Smallwood. I've had you on before, but I want to have you on again. Thanks. I really appreciate that. It's been great hanging out with everyone. Hopefully, talk to everyone later tonight. Oh yeah, CB does videos almost every night after. Well, I shouldn't say. He does a lot of videos these days, and he does it after midnight. And it's not always. I don't know if it's always after midnight or sometimes it's like in the morning. So yeah, technically it's after midnight. Sometimes I feel like it's before midnight. It doesn't matter because it's an awesome show. I love watching CB when I can. It's usually at the exact time I'm trying to fall asleep. But it's worth it. Like, go watch the replays. Dude's got a lot of passion for comics and he makes a lot of cool stuff. And I'm looking forward to Wildcat from him. Thanks for the advice. I can easily get hung up on choosing what to work on. I never start on anything. Really? Make a mini comic. Like, seriously. Like, where is it? I mean, I said this in my mini comic video. If you haven't seen it yet, take a piece of paper, cut it in half, and fold it. Actually, you don't even have to cut it in half. Just fold it. Take another piece of paper, fold it. I mean, and then just make your comics on that. Like, make a 4-page mini comic, photocopy it double-sided. I mean, you'll figure it out how it works, but staple it in the middle. Make a freaking comic. Like, make your first comic this weekend. Seriously, like, if you haven't made a comic yet, make your comic. Like, you have to experience what it's like to make a comic, and you can do it. I have a video on my YouTube called the 1 Hour Comic Challenge. You can make a comic. You can have a new comic done an hour from now. Like, make your first comic and then make another one. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Make another one. Make it a little bit bigger. Eventually, you'll be doing graphic novels. You'll be the new Frank Miller. But I don't know. Like, just, you gotta start. You have to start one idea and finish it. It's not starting is a big thing. It's a big hurdle. It's hard to start, but finishing, that's even harder. I've started probably 75% more things than I've finished, maybe even more. What really makes or breaks anyone is those who finish things. So I want to be more of a finisher than a starter for the rest of my life, if possible. And I kind of have been going that path for a while now, but there's a few things that I've started that I'm like a little iffy if they're going to actually end up panning out. If I'm going to actually put the effort in I need to put in to make it happen. I mean, there are going to be some things that definitely will happen, but sometimes I start a little too quick. I do too much starting, and I need to be careful and start things that I know I'm going to finish and I'm dedicated to finishing before I start, especially before I announce it. Sometimes I really jump the gun too much sometimes. That's one of my flaws. Let's see. Oh yeah, Free Jazz knows about 1000, and Free Jazz says, I sent 1000 a comic. That's awesome. I gotta send him some stuff. Joshua Fox, I made a new book series. That is awesome. That is so cool. I want to make a book series. I think it might have got lost in the poster. He might just be too busy. He seems like a really busy dude, but I love his videos. Like today, he put out a video. I love when he has his wife Chelsea in it, because it's just really cool to see like their relationship. They seem like they have a lot of fun, and it's cool when she does some art and stuff. And I don't know, I think it's cool to have your friends and family in it. I've done that in the past a little bit, but I'm always timid to ask people if they want to be involved. One day, maybe I'll get there. I understand though that guy probably gets loads of stuff. Yeah, he's way bigger than I am on YouTube, and I mean he's got a good career. Like, did you see the house he just bought? He just got a new car. Like, And it's not just YouTube. He had a store. He had, I mean, this guy knows how to make the art business work. He's doing it. I'm not saying he's like a millionaire, but like he's got a freaking nice house. Um, and I hope he does. I hope he just continues to do well because he's such an authentic dude too. He's just so fun to watch, and I'm a big fan. I don't know if I'll ever get to his level, but I'm a pretty freaking big fan of what he's doing. I actually reached out to him today, an email to do an interview. So maybe you'll see him on my channel. I don't know because he's up there, and he might not even see my email. Who knows? C. Wilcox Art. There's videos on how to refill microns with India ink when dry, but haven't tried it yet personally. Yeah, I'm not surprised. That sounds awesome. The tips can be shaved to wedges too for more line weight variations with one stroke. I mean, there's so many pens on the market. I'm like, if that's what you want to do, cool. Like if you want to modify your microns and reuse them and get the best bang for your buck, more power to you for sure. Like I don't have a problem with that at all. I think that's kind of cool actually. I probably won't do that because convenience is a big deal to me, and that's not convenient. But it is convenient if you don't have enough money to buy more. I mean, I have a day job, and I don't make any money from YouTube yet. But my day job can afford me to buy microns if I need it. I don't make a ton of money, but microns isn't a ton of money. Here's a tip: if you are struggling with money, I mean, I do this all the time. Michael's, go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever art store you have. Probably other craft stores might have this too, but Michael's always has a never-ending running 40% off discount for one item. So you can go get your little micron set for 40% off if you want. Every time you go, because it like renews every week. So unless you're buying microns multiple times a week. But you can always get the single pens too. I mean, what are they, like a couple dollars maybe or something? I don't know, but I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. But if you want to if you want to modify your micron to work and refill it with ink, like that's great. Like I commend people who do that kind of thing because I don't know. I don't tend to do that. I am curious about doing that with my printer though, because that ink is expensive. It's like probably $100 to fill all the colors and everything. I just filled the black ink and it was like close to $40, I think. So let's see. Yeah, I guess if you go through them a lot, it probably does cost a lot. I haven't gone through them a lot these days. Once I made 2 comics in 1 hour. I thought that was crazy. I think that's crazy, and good for you, because I've only been able to make 1, and that might be my limit. Kelly, hey, sorry I'm late. It's because I had to do my homework. Hey, doing your homework is more important than watching a random Marsh Makes Art video that was unplanned. Do your homework. I'm glad you did your homework. That's commendable. I didn't do my homework that much when I was a kid, and that's probably why I didn't make a lot of money. Karen Sanders, sleep time. Thanks for the stream, Marsh. Also, thanks for all the great videos. Still want to get my comic done one day, but my drawing skills need work. Mine do too. But keep trying, and even at your whatever skill level you are, finish a mini comic. Do it in a weekend. And you don't even have to share it with anybody. But at least you finish the comic, and next time you can say, You know, I made a comic or two, but I still want to work on my art skills. But at least you made a comic or two, you know, and you know, you're there. You're almost there. You know, you've already started trying to do it. So do it. Make it happen. I had somebody send me a stick figure comic today, and I was so excited. It was like the most like I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but it was like the most rudimentary, like simple comic I've ever seen, and it was funny, and it was great. I loved it. You know, do it, make it happen. Yeah, that house was huge, pretty inspirational. I know, like to me, I feel like you can do that with comics too. Like I don't want to just make a living making I mean, I do want to just make a living making comics. That would make me a happy person. My happiness shouldn't revolve around the success I make. Okay, so I'm not saying that, but that would make me pretty happy. Like that would be a cool thing to make a living making comics. But I want to thrive, you know, money wise, and you know, I'm not trying. I'm not saying I want a mansion. I don't want a mansion. Even if I have mansion money, I don't want a mansion. You know, I don't want like a luxury car. You know, even if I have luxury car money. Um, but I want to thrive. I don't want to be the surviving artist. I think that's such a fallacy. I think it's BS. I hate it. I hate this idea of the struggling artist. Like we don't have to struggle. We offer something amazing. I mean, take 1000's video. Go to 1000's YouTube today and watch his video. Like he went to thrift shops. He bought like $5 worth of thrift shop, um, just like antique shops. He bought like $5 worth of things that he could paint on. Like two of them were suitcases, one of them was like a saw and some other stuff. And he painted on them, put them on his website, and after spending $5 and obviously years worth of work to get to the point where he could do this, but still he spent $5, painted on some objects, and after that, when he's done selling these things, which I think are already sold out on his site, he'll have made $2,000. And that's not how he makes his main money. This was just like a fun YouTube video, you know, just a random. But he, we can thrive. We can make it happen. It's so inspiring. Like we have a superpower we don't even realize. Like, and it's not about the money. The money is just the avenue to be able to make more stuff and have the freedom and the time to do that, you know, and to build something substantial and help other people. The more that you make, the more you can help other people. Like to me, I'm excited about how much money I'm going to give away. Like I'm not saying like I'm not trying to do the thing where like YouTubers give away $1 million or give away all this money or give away iPads. Like I don't know if that's in my future or not. I kind of get bored with those kind of videos, so I hope not. You know, maybe I'll do a little bit of that just because I want to give things away, but I don't necessarily want to do it for show. You know, I want to just be able to give to people randomly. Like when I happen to meet somebody that's struggling with something, oh, I can help you with that. Like I would love to be able to do that kind of thing. Oh, I want to hire some of my artist friends because they're amazing artists to do books for me that I've written. Like I'm already doing a little bit of that, but I want to do like a lot more of that because there's no reason why we can't like, you know, there's two different things that like if you want to get a career and you want to make a lot of money, like one of the best things you can do is you can become a salesman, because and it depends on, you know, the deal you work out with whatever you're selling, but you know, the sky is kind of the limit on how much you can make as a salesman, whereas if I just work at that same company and I'm not a salesman, I can only make whatever raise I can get to, you know, and there's a limit. There's definitely a limit there, a very small limit. So being a salesman, you know, you can actually make a lot more money because you don't have like a ceiling to what you can make. Again, I don't care about the money. To me, money means I get more time and I get more freedom to do cool stuff with you guys. But the same thing with art, because art is, it's kind of sales too, but like you can take a $1 suitcase, paint on it, and make $600. Like you can literally paint money. Like you can print money. Like I mean, it takes time to get there. He's got tons of subscribers. He's built an audience that he can just put that out there and do that if he wants. Now, if he did that every day for the next year, he probably wouldn't be making that much money on those items. But there's a scarcity there, and you can still get his art for cheap. You can buy a sticker for like $3-5 and still get his art. You can buy a print for like $20 or however much it is on this site. And so it's not like he's doing, he has a way for you to get his art cheaply, and he has a way for you to get it expensively. You can get original art, and it's worth it in my, like, if it was easy for me to just drop $600 or however much, I would probably do it, because I think it'd be rad to have some of his original art. Especially from a YouTube video he made, like that would be really cool. So, it is what it is. I'm just saying, like, it is inspirational. I agree. Rafi and Klee opened the comic I sent them in one of their videos. I don't know who either of those people are, but I'm gonna write their name down just so I can check them out. Oh, I'm getting tired, guys. I gotta end this soon. I'm trying to get to the end of the comments, but the comments keep coming. I might have to end it. But yeah, I'm starting to get tired. Let's see, Rafi and Klee. I'm gonna check them out. Is that one YouTube channel, or is that like two? Or let's have a Micron party. Yeah, let's do it. Gladman Comics. I've finished some comics before. It's more of just choosing what to work on next that makes my brain hurt. I'm a bit indecisive. Well, be decisive. I know that sounds harsh, but that's the thing. The difference between people who are decisive and people who are not decisive is the people who are decisive make decisions. Like, you don't have to make the right decision. You just have to make a decision to be a successful, decisive person. And I mean, that's silly kind of, but I think being decisive is a great thing, and executing is a great thing. But I get it. There's so many things I've been indecisive on. I'm not saying like I'm perfect and you should be decisive. Like, I'm saying I suck at it too, and I'm almost amping myself up too. Like, there's things I have to make decisions on right now. Like, there's something I'm sitting on right now that I have to do, and I have to do it, but I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. And pretty soon I'm going to make that decision and make it happen. But, some things are harder than others. This is more of a real life thing. Kearns, all right, they're saying good night. Yeah, there's a lot of comments. I'm going to just kind of go through them here real quick. Scan them. I was inspired by that video. I might rip off that video sometime, but buy something from a charity. It's funny that he made that video, because I totally was just this weekend thinking about doing exactly that. And I didn't, because I got things going on. I have enough projects at the moment, but that's something that's in my back pocket that I'd like to do as well. Cool. Okay, so Free-Jazz says one is called Rafi Was Here, and the other one is called Rafi and Klee Adventures. Okay. I will check those out. I've been really getting into like graffiti artists and stuff on YouTube because I've always, that's part of my inspiration. I mean, I have a comic character called Glyph who's a graffiti artist, so can't you tell? Um, oh, apparently Rafi Klee is an artist and Klee makes jewelry. Okay, cool. I've made jewelry before. I like jewelry making. It's cool. I might not ever do it again because it's just a whole nother world that I don't have time for, but I like it. Um, so yeah, that being said, you guys rock. It's getting close to 2 hours here. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a long stream and I'm tired. I gotta make sure I can get my comics in before I go to bed. Thank you for hanging out with me in this random stream. You know where to find me, donkeyjawprojects.com. I think there is links in the description. Some of them won't work, namely the Instagram and Facebook links. But other than that, you guys rock, and I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do a stream with Ryan Wynn. It's going to be awesome. So talk to you tomorrow. All right. Peace out.